history suggest a possible association between lung or cancerous risk and uranium exposure. However, evidence regarding other tumor risks remain insufficient. Toxicological effects on particular uranium exposures in animals primarily focus on respiratory and central nervous system damage, including fibrosis and tumors in the lung tissue. Uranium contamination affects various organs and tissues, including kidneys, lungs, liver, hematopoietic system, and nervous system. Understanding health risks and toxicological mechanisms related to particular uranium contamination is still at preliminary stage. Diverse particulate, what do you want? Yeast, a yellow substance produced in alcoholic fermentation. What does alcohol have to do with it? What does alcohol have to do with it? Diverse particles, parameters, time, limit in-depth exploration. Sources of uranium contamination. Mining phosphate using agricultural. Phosphate use in agriculture, mining, weapons manufacturing, nuclear power contribute to uranium presence in the environment. Uranium tailings, which contain small particles, can use air contamination and pose health risks, including lung cancer and kidney disease. In summary, addressing uranium contamination is crucial for global health. Ongoing research aims to better understand. I don't watch news, but I've never really heard too much about this. I don't know whether this sounds very important. It's like, no joke. Okay, so what about uranium and alcohol? I don't know what that has to do with. Okay, uranium ore. Concentrations of uranium within Earth's crust. Uranium is one of the most common elements in Earth's crust. Okay. Well, if it's common, then how's it rare? That's weird. How is uranium made into nuclear fuel? Uranium made into nuclear fuel for nuclear reactors. Images of uranium alcohol. What? That's actually a thing? Oh. What? Okay, the first thing that pops up is isopropyl alcohol, rapid chemical. What? How? Reverse osmosis removes uranium from drinking water. Drinking water treatment plants. Range of uranium concentration in drinking water. Water. Maybe. Yellow cake. Powder. Didn't. Oh, I'll look back in the video. Just give me a minute. Oh, I can't because I'm recording. Damn it. Okay. What the fuck? Search. Okay. Anyways, where are we getting with this? Damn it, my coffee's getting cold. I wonder if YouTube would even allow me to post some of this. Supplicate. To beg humbly for, to entreat, to address in prayer. Ooh. To beg, to petition, to beseech. All right, guys. All you guys saying prayers and stuff. Has anything to do with the uranium stuff. Stealth. A secret method of procedure, a proceeding by secrecy. Intel. Oh, shiver. Congratulations. Thank you. What? Metals. Why am I saying uranium and thorium? Geoscience Australia. Fucking Australia again. I'm not getting in there. No, I'm not into all this. Rob. To strip unlawfully and by force. To deprive by stealing. To deprive. Now I gotta click on it. What are we at? 38? Oh my god, it's gonna take forever to upload. Spoil. Pillage. Booty, plunder, to impair, to ruin, to injure, to overindulgence, to grow useless, to decay. Spoil. What? Pillage. Again, the whole idea of rob. Now I gotta click on it. Okay. What about Australia? Radioactive. Okay. Uranium and thorium. Thorium. Okay, so we got Uranus and Thor. Are naturally occurring radioactive heavy metals with unusual properties. The energy generated by natural breakdown of radioactive elements is immense and can be used in nuclear reactors. Australia has a significant resources of both uranium and thorium, with the rocks that make up the Australian continent. The mining of uranium has been a hot topic in Australia since 1970s. Concerns about the safety of nuclear power and storage of nuclear waste and a growing international stockpile of nuclear weapons have sparked much discussion about Australia's role in supplying fuel for the nuclear industry. Okay. Australian governments have introduced laws and regulations that govern the mining of uranium and its sale to other countries that take into account internal safeguards and seek to balance out the interests of the environment. I wonder if I have to... I already pre-posted all the way to the end of January. I'm going to have to post this now. Indigenous Australians, regional communities in the mining industry, international safeguards to seek balance. Uranium and thorium are both silvery white-gray radioactive materials that can corrode to black oxide in the air. I knew it! Oh, that's why everything's coated in black. I thought it was the shit they were spraying. Excuse me, in, what do you call it? Those, when the planes go overhead. But if there is a black film coated on everything, then that means that the oxide in the air is thick and it's covering stuff. They're both malleable and can be pressed into shape, and ductile, can be beaten and drawn into a wire, are very radioactive, so cannot be found in the environment in their elemental forms. Thorium is much more abundant than uranium in rocks of the Earth's crust. It's found in small amounts in most rocks and soils. Uranium can form compounds. Interesting. Compounds with many of the metals. It reacts with hydrochloric and nitric acids, but the other acids attack the element very slowly. Thorium is slowly attacked by water, but except for hydrochloric acid, does not dissolve readily in most common acids. Doesn't dissolve. Why does it keep... Doesn't dissolve. What does that mean? Acids. Like if you eat it. If it gets in the food. If it doesn't dissolve. Uranium and thorium are not stable. They break down in a process called radioactive decay. More than 99% of natural uranium exists in form isotope called uranium-238, while more than 99% of natural thorium exists as a thorium-232. These metals decay very slowly, eventually form lead. eventually to form lead. Fuck, eh? Lead. That's the shit they used to make, put in pencils, but you get lead poisoning if you're not careful. During the decay process, a series of new substances are formed, including radium and radon, alpha and beta particles, and gamma radiation. While far less common, the uranium isotope uranium-235 is the only naturally occurring fissile material. This means, what about lead? Expropriate, to take for public use, to dispossess, to take for public use. What? Release. Okay. Yeah. I will. It's going to take forever. This video is fucking long. Plow. An instrument for turning up soil. To turn up with plow. To make grooves in. Run through. As in sailing. To turn up soil with a plow. To use a plow. Like a... Come on, Amanda. Say the word. Agriculture. No. Farming. These neutrons can be absorbed in other uranium particles, causing further fission and nuclear chain reaction occurs. During this process, large amounts of energy are released, typically in the form of heat. Uranium is so rare in nature, uranium has to go through a process called enrichment so that enough uranium-235 is present to use as a fuel for nuclear energy. It can be converted to a fissile substance called plutonium-239 in a nuclear reactor and then used for fission. Another isotope of uranium uranium. Another isotope of uranium that is fissile is uranium-233. It is not found naturally but can be produced from thorium. Uranium is U. Thorium is TH. THO2, or uranium is UO2. Thorium, from Thor, the Norse god of thunder. Uranium, from the planet Uranus itself, named after Greek god of sky, Uranus. Gasp, to open to open mouth wide, to catch breath, to labor for breath, to pant, to emit with a gasp, to short, painful catching of breath. That would fuck with your lungs, too. High intakes of uranium can cause kidney disease, kidney failure, and death. Breathing in thorium dust increases the chance of developing lung disease, issues, and any sort of cancer of the lungs or pancreas. In addition, thorium can be stored in bones, so it can cause bone cancer many years after exposure. Fuck. Dude. However, exposure to high levels of radiation from radioactive decay of high concentrations of uranium and thorium can lead to health problems in humans and other animals. Living cells that absorb too much radiation can be damaged or killed. While gamma radiation can easily go through human skin, alpha particles can only travel short distances and can't penetrate through skin. I'm like, that's enough. One more word and then that's it. Thank you. Compromise. An amicable agreement to settle differences, mutual concession, to settle by mutual concession, to involve, to endanger the interests of, resistant, source,